What's up? This is Nick Grant, and this is Voices. That's dead on, you know. I think it's like the difference between, street ball and like organized basketball, you know what I'm saying? Like the first two projects was me just showing people that I'm capable lyrically. And the next project, Dreamin Out Loud, after Return of the Cool, was just me, you know, being more personal. I'm like the reserved dude. I don't really let people into my personal life a lot, but this is a different time and you kind of got to open up more. So for me, it was just having those stories, whether it was father figure or black woman, just having those stories that kind of connected and resonated, with a deeper audience. So it's just me, reflecting, going back home, being happy, being sad, being depressed, just being vulnerable. And through all those emotions, it's still picking up the pen, grabbing a notebook and jotting everything down. It might not even be a song. It might just be a line that that came out of those experiences, that came out of those emotions, that came out of those conversations I might have had with family members to create the song, and you kind of build around all of that. But yeah, it was me like just saying like, people know you can rap now, but can you make songs that actually mean something and stick to the culture? So that's what this was about. This is just my opinion, and I'm confident I stand behind my opinion. Number one, I feel like I'm the best rapper in the world. If you lock me in the room with any MC, I'm gonna be the last one standing. This is just really how I feel. And if somebody's better than me, I would say it. It's serious to me, but not that serious. If you're better, it give me something to aspire towards. But me personally, I just feel like I'm the best rapper in the world, That's number one. And number two, why I feel like my album is great is I'm touching on stuff that hasn't been, touched on since Tupac, since the golden era, whether it's black women, whether it's father figures, just being vulnerable and stuff that we need in this time. And Nipsey did a great job at that. But me, it's just having those. I was like very consistent and talking about my neighborhood, Lincoln Apartments, what love and hate means to me, just those different personal things that make you vulnerable. And I feel like that's what makes a great MC. And this time that we living in where it's more about your phone and you making a fool of yourself and not about the actual music. And like you said, being competitive. This is the first year in a long time. And if I'm not included in that conversation, that's a crime, man. Like, it's just me pouring my heart out. And that's what hip hop is about, connecting and resonating and having those stories, that the everyday person goes through that doesn't have a voice to express that. So for me, man, that's what it's about, I felt like I said some of the realest shit, excuse my language, but this year. So, yeah. And by me being the best rapper in the world, I mean that shit, like for real. I mean, that's kind of to set the tone, like what people know me for, the rap. That's why I made it first. It's just the mentality of that legendary team. Of course, they had until the Golden State Warriors knocked them out. And I always express to people like the Golden State Warriors has the best record in basketball, but it doesn't mean they could have beat the '96 Bulls. You know what I'm saying? But it's that mentality of Michael Jordan, and every time they stepped on the floor was to win. So every time I put this pen or pencil to this pad, then my job is to convince the world that I'm one of the best, and whether it's not all time. But for now, like the people in my generation. And, that's why I call it that mentality of just always want to be the best and be competitive. That's what, hip hop was based on and built on, people that had nothing, but were still confident enough to, embarrass you or make you feel something. And, I carry that with me wherever I go. I'm nothing without Rakim. I'm nothing without Big Daddy Kane. I'm nothing without Jay-Z. I'm nothing without Kendrick Lamar as well. J. Cole, all these people. These are my peers. These are people that help push me as well. So I pay homage to everybody. If you're talented and you respect the culture, I'm with you. I'm with you all the way. And that's what this was about. That's what this record was about. And that's why I put it first, just to kind of, the essence, to kind of set the tone of who I am and how I wanted to start the album. The most important track on this album, to me, is Black Woman. Number one, it pays not an homage to the world, the women of the world, like all the black women in the world, but it's really special to me because it's my mom, it's my grandmother, it's my aunts, it's my cousins, it's my sisters, it's all of these people that kind of raised me and, you know, fed me, put clothes on my back, schooled me, gave me knowledge about all the women, so when I stepped into the world, I was prepared. So that's what that record was about, and it was crazy to me because a lot of people was like, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to separate and divide? And I'm like, man, just because I'm this and I love this doesn't mean that I'm anti everything else, you know. When everybody else celebrates theirs, you know, they're not crucified, they're not put on, you know, why you don't like this, why you don't like that. But when we do us, it's like, you know, we're crucified for that. And, oh, you don't like this because I like, nah, I love this. So I love everybody, but this is what I relate to. This is what I connect with. Without this, without these black women, without these people, not only just black women, black men as well. My grandfather who would give me game. If I can deliver that and get that across and, you know, connect with that and have that love for these type of people, it doesn't mean that I don't like something else. So, and that's what made me put it out, because people were like, man, you want to do this? Like, why not? You know, I'm the risk taker. When somebody tells me I shouldn't or I can't, that just urges me to do it even more. So, yeah. I think something that a lot of people miss in that record is like, probably the best verse I ever wrote was in that song. And people miss it because I start with like the top of the woman's head, from her hair all the way down to her feet. So every line is a body part that expresses what she means to me. Whether it's, I swear your hair is like the thickest cotton pickings, headed for temptation, forehead, but that's not an option listed. And as I browse your mind, I'm learning that you're optimistic. So I start from the top all the way down to her feet. So it's not even just one line, it's that whole verse that's a punchline that kind of, what I feel like separates me from a lot of people. And, you know, it's just that verse. That's probably one of the best verses I ever wrote. You know, Rome wasn't built in a day, you know, and for the people that's championing me, you know, that's a blessing. But I feel like if I was to like immediately get that, then it can be immediately taken away from me. So if you built it, if it take years to build it, it'll take years to fall. And that's always been my mentality. I'm not chasing mainstream success. If I do that, I'm in a creative prison, you know, so I'm not chasing that. What I'm doing is to make what I feel the industry needs and to make what I feel, make what feels right to me. So that's just where I am mentally as an artist, and I always try to push the envelope and work with people that are gonna make me better. So I'm working on a project right now with Terrace Martin, a genius, you know, the man behind, you know, a lot of Kendrick Lamar work, just an accomplished musician, period. So just a guy that always pushes me, and I listen to his music and it's just, the song writes itself. So yeah, just that, just making music that people love and kind of keep me in the conversation. So other than that, you know, I'm happy, I'm good. I just want to be mentioned. Money and everything else to come, you know. Dreamin Out Loud, out right now. Great, my best work thus far, I believe. I know everybody loves 88. You got a few people that love Return of the Cool, but I feel like this is my most meaningful body of work. And when people look back, if you look back from now to then, you know, this is my most meaningful body of work. And I think more great stuff is to come, but Dreamin Out Loud, out right now. Yo Gotti is on there, Stacey Barth is on there, Sonia Elise is on there. Who else is on the album? DJ Khaled is on the album. Great body of work, and you won't be disappointed. Dreamin Out Loud, out right now.